So I'm just going to talk briefly here about movement, the principle of design, known as movement, um, which actually means something different than a lot of people seem to think that it means. The principle of design, movement, does not mean that you're making things look like they're moving in a work of art. Um, Rather, it's about how artists and designers often strategically arrange the areas of emphasis within a composition. Their goal is to direct the viewer's gaze toward important parts and to keep the viewer's eye moving on a path around the composition and not out of the composition. Understanding this principle, like the others, will make your next independent project stronger. Here is a master of movement, in my opinion. The artist Charles White has just recently been gaining the recognition that he probably has very long deserved. He was an LA artist and a mentor to one of my favorites, Carrie James Marshall, and he is so great at arranging things like this. My friend gave me this as a gift. Isn't it a beautiful book? So here's a drawing. I think any one of his drawings or paintings we could look at and we could see how he has mastered this design principle. But I chose this one. I thought this was really so beautiful. And when I look at it, I think the strongest area of emphasis here is the woman's face. My eye is immediately drawn to the intensity and the strength of this woman's face. And Charles White has very intentionally done that. He has created stronger contrast in this area than in the rest. This whole drawing is just charcoal, so it's kind of amazing on that level also. But here in the face, we have a lot of very strong highlights, so a lot of light values, and we have a lot of little dark values. And that level of detail and contrast, so lights and darks used together create contrast. They bring our eye in there. Then my eye moves down her very strong arm, and I notice the strength of this arm, which brings us kind of down to here. And then look at how this garment that she's wearing is arranged so that then our eye is led back over here, and we notice the tenderness of this arm and this sweet baby here. So our attention is then brought here. This face is less pronounced, but then we move over here, and then our eye goes back around, and you continue to explore the composition. So that's what's meant by movement, creating an area of emphasis here, kind of a lesser one here, and one here with these little paths that bring you from one to the other. So your goal here is to analyze how a master artist controlled the visual movement among areas of emphasis like this. You'll do so by writing down a definition, watching a very short video that demonstrates a more contemporary and digital take on the same idea. And then by finding a work of art from the Detroit Institute of Arts, writing down some information about it, making a little value study, just a quick little drawing of it, and excuse me, drawing some arrows around it to indicate how that artist created movement. So that's an overview of this movement practice assignment. As always, I hope to see you soon.